Let's talk about how the 49ers play coverage over the middle of the field and how it led to a Dak interception and it should have led to one more. This first play I want to show, it's cover three. And so we've got, you guys don't need me to draw cover three. If you've been watching the channel, you know what these are. If you don't, you can check out my Football 101 content where I talk about it. But they've got a three deep zone, four underneath sort of setup here. And we want to watch this slot receiver. He's going to sort of run like he's faking an out route, and he's going to break back inside. And we want to watch this linebacker. Watch how he reads this play out. And so at the top of this route stem, boom, he's watching the eyes, and we're diving down on that. It takes that read away, and it's just not there anymore. And so it's going to be a tackle for very little gain. Huge play by linebackers over the middle of the field. They make these all game long. Now I want to show a two-play sequence that happens on back-to-back drives. On this first one, the Cowboys go into an empty set. They motion out into an empty set. So we've got three receivers to the bottom, two to the top. We're only going to look at the bottom here. This is going to be a cover four palms check. What that means is our cornerback and our safety are teaming up to take these top two receivers. They're both watching the number two receiver. If he goes vertically, if he goes vertical, then the safety is going to pick him up. If he goes shallow and number one goes vertical, then the safety is going to come out to number one. So they're sort of switching based on how they go. What that means, though, is that our slot corner, he's not responsible for either of these guys vertically. And so he's watching for a slant route from number two, or he's watching for some sort of out-breaking route from number three. Now, the only thing that's left uncovered here, if number three goes over the middle, of course he's covered. What if he goes vertically? Well, Fred Warner. In the other video, we talked about how Fred Warner is carrying these receivers vertically, and so that's his responsibility. That's how this coverage plays out. And so you'll see at the snap of the ball here, Fred Warner's gaining depth, right? He's got to be responsible if Lamb goes vertical. And so Lamb just sits down, boom, ball's out, gets it to a 4th and 1. The 49ers would give up the 4th down conversion a play later. Now, very next drive. Same sort of set here, 3-by-1. Again, we're only going to look at the bottom of the screen. And they're going to try to mess with this release, try to get this coverage to bust. And so they're going to run like a in and up, and then they're going to run like a wheel or a flat wheel route to try to mess with the releases of these receivers, see if they can get one of the defensive backs to cover the wrong guy. Now, CeeDee Lamb, again, is just going to kind of run this sit route. And watch what happens here. Jimmy Ward, the slot corner, he's seen this, he's been in this before. He disregards basically this wheel route. He's not concerned about this flat wheel route. And notice Fred Warner is staying attached to this receiver. He didn't get as much depth this time, so it's not open. And then Dak is going to try to throw Lamb to the outside here. And there's Jimmy Ward. He's got eyes on it. He's seen this sort of a thing before. There's some communication going in here that you're going to take the inside. I've got your help on the outside. And they bait Dak perfectly into this interception. It's a great play by Ward over the middle of the field, and it's made possible by the sorts of coverages, by Fred Warner's ability to gain depth there. It lets them do creative things in coverage, and they get the best of the Cowboys for a big red zone interception. Now let's look at another one. This time it's going to be cover one man. And this time we're just manned up across the board, and watch this linebacker's eyes. He's going to read the eyes of the quarterback. At the top of the screen, we're going to run like a vertical route and an in route, and we're trying to generate traffic to get this in route open. But if you watch this linebacker, he sees Dak open to the top of the screen, hits the top of his drop, he's looking over there, boom, he starts to close on that. Throwing window's gone. Like, where are you throwing this ball? Dak wants to get the ball out right now. The linebacker's already going there. If you throw this ball now, you're throwing a hospital ball. And so Dak has to tuck it. He's going to end up running. Sometimes you can get some run lanes against man coverage, but great play by the linebacker to take that one away. And now on this one, this is near the end of the game. This is the first play for the Cowboys after they get the ball back. They're down. They need a touchdown here, and Dre Greenlaw is almost going to get a pick six here. He's going to drop it, but he should have it. This is cover 3 coverage, and what we're going to see here is the tight end is just going to run this little stop route. We've seen this a lot from the Cowboys in the game because they know these linebackers are being tasked to carry routes vertically. So we're just going to run these little stop routes. We've got plenty of time. We can do it. It's going to be a one-step drop from Dak, and just watch the break of this linebacker, of Greenlaw. As soon as he sees Dak take that one-step drop, as soon as he hits that one step and he stops, he knows this ball's got to come out fast, and so he just breaks on this underneath route right here. Boom, he stops. We're already moving. Dak's winding up to throw. Linebacker's moving. Boom. Pick 6 if he doesn't drop it. The middle of field coverage for the 49ers is so good. And yes, I continue to talk about linebackers. Their linebacker play is so good. Their slot corner does such a good job of meshing with the linebackers, and it all plays off of each other. This is why teams attack them outside the numbers, deep down the field, to avoid throwing over the middle against this defense.